Hey everybody. Okay, so welcome to week 3 of virtual learning. We're having so much fun. Just kidding. No, maybe we are. I have no idea. Maybe it's going well for you. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I hope it's going well. I know that it's, it can be a little iffy. It can be a little weird. It's hard to try to separate ourselves, from time to sit down and work on our schoolwork and time to have a personal life, and it all just kind of blends together when we're home, or at least that's how I feel. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to make this video short and sweet. Most of you seem like you enjoy shorter videos. I don't really know, can't tell too much. Okay, so anyway, so this past week you guys had to do personal narratives. I will have them graded by Wednesday, I pinky promise, sort of. So we've just been so swamped, I can't seem to get a good routine on grading my papers. But anyway, I will have them done by Wednesday, no matter what. Friday, you have a new assignment due, of course, and you're welcome. It is the descriptive essay. I think personally that this is much more fun, but it can also pose to be a little harder because we're gonna use language that we don't typically use when we describe things to our friends or our family. So I'm gonna ask you to, maybe crack open a thesaurus or, Google thesaurus.com. Okay, so the descriptive essay, let's just dive right in, shall we? Now you guys had to read Eudora Welty's Corner Store, okay? I know that it's a very boring read. I know that it's very dry. However, it is probably one of the best examples of a descriptive essay. She gives the description of this store that was by her house, and she remembers the people, what they smelled like, what they looked like. Obviously, she didn't taste them because that's illegal. What they sounded like, the ring of the bell as she would enter the store, what you saw at her eye level, what you would see at a kid's eye level in that store. Everything was laid out. You could literally see the store as if you were inside of it because of how descriptive she was. Okay, so keep that in mind with your task, your assignment that is due Friday by midnight, okay, descriptive essay. Now, what I'm gonna ask you to do for your descriptive essay is you're going to choose an object or a person. Please don't choose an event. It's a little harder to do an event. You can't taste an event, okay? And you can't typically feel one either. So it's just something to keep in mind. So she's very descriptive, okay? She uses a lot of describing words. And the point of a descriptive essay is to use those 5 senses, okay? So here is the handout. It's available to you on Canvas. It is in this email. You can find it in files. You can find it under week 3 in the modules. Okay, so we'll get right to it. It is clear and concise. It uses imagery and it uses the 5 senses. Now, if you describe a person, I understand that taste is a sense and that we are not tasting people. However, our olfactory, our nose, and our mouth are connected, okay? So what happens when you smell somebody to your taste buds, okay? I know that's a weird thought. I know that's a weird, like what the hell is our teacher thinking? What did she smoke today? Nothing. Anyway, okay, so I want you to really dive deep into using these descriptive words, right? So I'm trying to pick something that's like around me, okay? So my mouse it's a shade of red, but what shade of red? Is it candy apple red? Is it fire engine red? So how do you describe a color to somebody who's never seen that color? Okay, so that's what I want you to think of. Don't just tell me something was red, or he wore blue, or she wore white. What shade? Okay, was it bright white? Was it off white? Is it damn near taupe? Is it, what is it, cerulean blue? Is it cyan? Is it magenta? Is it, think really hard. Use, if you have to go onto like Crayola.com and look at their color wheel or their color wall, I think they have, use it. Utilize it. It's not gonna, it doesn't cost you anything to Google different colors. If you're describing a water bottle, okay, as you crunch it, how does that sound? What is that sound? Okay. It's like a Rice Krispies pop. Okay. So, you know, be descriptive. You're going to be extra descriptive. So it's not just making a pop, it's making a Rice Krispies pop. It's not just red, it is candy apple red. Okay. Anyway, sorry. You need to be able to create a picture in the mind of the reader, me, okay, by using these 5 senses. That's why we're trying to use and engage all 5 senses. Okay. And that's why it's much easier if you use an item or a person, because you can usually do that within the space that you're in. You know, touch. If you touch that person, maybe, you know, maybe that's not how you want to use that sense, but maybe it's how they make you feel. Okay, because feeling is your sense of touch. All right. This typically is about, when you describe something, it's usually like a paragraph. However, I want you to devote 1 paragraph to each sentence or sense. Sorry. So 1 paragraph to each sense. So you should have 5 senses, 5 paragraphs. Okay, and then you have an introduction and a conclusion. So 7 paragraphs total. That should be about 2 pages, which is all I'm asking of you. It's double spaced, okay? But remember, you want to create that sense of visual for your reader, okay? The function is to just present that item so that that reader can pretend it's right in front of their eyes. And then I said right at the bottom of this, you know, think of describing the color orange. How do you say it? How do you, you know, if they don't know that an orange, the fruit, is orange because maybe they're colorblind, I don't know. How do you describe that to them? How do you describe a color to someone? So I really want you to kind of think about how we could go about describing. Sorry, it's been a day. It's been a weekend. Okay, so, you know, here it is. How do you truly describe it? You could tell someone to think of the sun as it's going down at 6 p.m. And as the sun is touching the land and spreading its rays out to the east and west, hitting the land and see the color it makes as it does that, that is orange. Okay, so it's very descriptive. You can see it in your brain. You have that idea. Maybe that's more yellow to you. I don't know. Okay, so what you are doing is you are writing a 2-page descriptive essay on an item or a person. It could be a food. It doesn't, you know, it could be a water bottle. It could be your favorite, I don't know, bracelet, something. Here is the catch. You are not to tell me what it is until the final sentence or final paragraph of the essay. I want to see if I can get it right from your descriptions before you tell me. Okay. So for example, this item, as I knock over all of my pens and pencils and such. Okay, so the item that I have is 2 different shades of black. The one is more of a ashy charcoal black, whereas the other one is much more midnight black. It is, so when I touch it, part of it is incredibly soft, like really soft denim, and the other part of it is very rough, okay, like a netting. It has some stitching in it, and at the very top of it, it comes to like not a point, but everything meets up at one spot, and there's a little dime-sized, I don't know, dime-sized piece of fabric. Okay, and then if I go to the back of it, there is some elastic and some Velcro. And so when I undo that Velcro, it makes a really cool sound. It makes like a pop rock sound. Okay, when you put pop rocks in your mouth and you leave your mouth open, that's like the sound that it makes. What did I do? I did see, I did touch. I am not going to taste this object. I imagine that it would not taste very good. However, if I wear it in the summertime and in the wintertime, it will make my head feel very hot, but it will also protect my eyes from the sun. So if you guessed that it's a hat, it is indeed a hat. Okay, so this is what I attempted to describe. It's a little difficult. Okay, so you'll notice that even I'm not perfect at this. It's not about being perfect. It's about trying to figure out different words, different ways that you can describe something. Okay, so this is an ordinary object, all right? I wouldn't just simply say I wear this on my head, okay? So that's that mesh, that's that netting I was talking about. Here's the elastic for a ponytail. The front is made out of denim, okay? So think of, you know, how are you gonna describe this? And then you're gonna write it down, okay? So maybe that first paragraph where you're introducing it, you're talking about like how it brings you joy or it's your favorite in the whole world. I don't know. Okay, so stop share. I should have stopped the share for that whole thing, but I didn't. I think that's it. So your descriptive essay is due on Friday, the 18th by midnight via Canvas. If for whatever reason you can't submit it through Canvas, please just send it to me through email. And then looking ahead at next week, we're going to be doing compare contrast essays. Again, they sound as easy as they really are, or they are really as easy as they sound. Hopefully my headspace will be a little better next week and I can remember things, but I doubt it. But you know, here's looking up. Okay, I believe that's it. I will let you all go. Yes. And I hope you guys have a good week. If you need to still join the group chat, please email me your cell number and I will add you. I've been doing fairly okay at texting, you know, to remind people of things ish, but the beginning of the semester is always a little tricky to get that groove. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. So I will see you in a week. I hope you guys have a good week. You know, keep your heads up. Remember to grant yourself some grace, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.